Today I'm advising a father and son team. Now, this is incredible. This is one of the most unexpected rewards of running a business like IT Varsity, an institute like IT Varsity, where you get families learning together. And in this particular case, there's a father and son who enrolled at the same time for my certificate in digital entrepreneurship and graduated at the same time. And now they are getting into separate businesses, their own businesses in the digital world, which is incredible. They were there to help each other. They were there to guide each other through the course. And now they are sort of mentoring each other in starting their online business. So they reached out to me for some advice. They've got their own ideas and their own challenges. And here is me giving them advice. Wa alaikum salam. Sorry, I didn't get the last thing you said.
I said it's finally a pleasure to meet you in person.
Yeah, likewise. And congratulations on completing the course. I'm really impressed.
It was really nice, I'd say, because I learned a lot. Most of it I understood because I built previous businesses off of certain software that we use also as well in that course.
Okay. So that the previous business, is it still operating? What have you done with it?
It is operating, so that's my trading business. It is still on, but due to people, like I said in the message, due to people, the success rate of people's working with me, they end up like doing very well on their own very fast, because it's the way I teach. I don't teach I don't have pre-recorded videos or anything like that. I coach on a one-on-one basis. So every time, they pay monthly sessions, and then every time what I do is I hop on whenever they need me within the week. And then I sit with them with like a one-on-one coaching basis. And then that's how they get like the full experience, and they can ask me any questions at that moment in time whenever they need me.
All right.
So he deals with live markets, and he does the analysis, technical analysis and stuff like that with them on live sessions. So it gives them the benefit of having to have somebody mentor them during a live session or a live trade. So Alhamdulillah, like that, he's been very successful. I think now that he's also studying and he's got this knowledge and skill now, I'm sure he can also implement it and work towards a greater success in that business. I'm his father. Mark, let me just introduce myself. I'm Shahid Ben Wilson. I'm Waze's father. We've both done the course. I'm completing in this week. Just my time is a bit more stretched out because I've got school runs and I've got my business that I'm trying to get up and running. It is running. It's been running for the last 2 years, but I need to grow it. So I need to extend the opportunities that I have. Alhamdulillah, I think that with this course, it does help with the marketing part, which I have been suffering with for a very long time, not understanding what marketing is and going through that kind of principle of developing marketing strategies and stuff like that. So Alhamdulillah, the course has been insightful. It's helped us quite a bit.
Alhamdulillah, it's good to know. But the course technically doesn't end here, right? Even though you guys are graduating, there's still the mentorship that's going to be very much a part of it. You guys are part of my WhatsApp group, the exclusive WhatsApp group. So that the whole objective behind that group is ongoing mentorship and to expose you guys to support bases, to potential funders, to other developers. In case you want to build a solution that you don't have the skills to build, we can bring those in. In fact, I just concluded a meeting now with a company in Spain that is looking to create a kind of advisory to businesses, small startup businesses in the global south, and I'm sort of one of the people who they identified to be an advisor, and they asked if I would be part of it. And I said, well, it's what I do already. It's I do advise my students and my graduates already, but now the advantage is that you guys will be plugged into a global community of startup advisors as far as Cambodia and Singapore and Vietnam and in the east, and as far as Central and South America in the west and the whole of Africa. So Alhamdulillah, it's going to be very exciting because you're going to have so many people that you'll be meeting and networking with. Okay, so let's get to always to your questions now relating to what you are starting to do. So if you don't mind, sort of flesh out what you told me in your messages, and then I'll see how I can best respond to that.
Okay, so the way my business works is I do a one-on-one coaching with people. So I trade people. I basically handhold them throughout the forex market, crypto market, whatever. So I introduce them from everything from the basics all the way to an advanced level of knowledge and technical understanding within the market. And then basically I charge them a monthly fee. Every month they have to pay me. So I have live sessions or live meetings with them that I set throughout the week. And then I trade with them. Sometimes we either get trade together, or I hop on certain topics that they don't understand. Obviously, there is an introduction month where I go through all the introductory stuff, the basics, the fundamentals, technicals, all of those type of things. And then after that, it's more of a one-on-one mentorship type thing. It's all online, and basically what happens is I charge people. It's not a very high fee, right? I charge them on a month-to-month basis, but as soon as they get to this advanced level, because I teach them so well, it's like when I speak about forex, I can just ramble on for hours and hours and hours because I know what I'm talking about. I understand what I'm talking about in the forex market. And so explaining it becomes very easy to other people because they understand it, they tend to pick it up very fast. And then they end up leaving the mentorship, and then that's where I struggle. So I need a way to increase my clientele or to prolong a certain process within that, within, let's say, about 5 months, in order for me to keep on running the business or running the mentorship program.
Right. Okay.
Subscription.
Yeah. So I got you. So typically, let's establish something. What is your monthly rate for your program?
It's 750 rand.
Okay. And typically, how long do people stick with you, on average?
I'd say the longest is about a year.
And the average? I'm sure the average is considerably lower than that, right?
The average is about like six to 5 months. It's not that long.
5 to 6 months. Okay, that makes sense. In education, there's always a high attrition rate, so you can expect on month to month that you're going to lose 30% of your clientele. That's just normal. So my question is, what do you envision in terms of growth? What would you like to see more of, Uwais?
So I would like to have more of a broader or a broader community. I'd like to have way much more people within the mentorship and continuing their mentorship, continuing their learning process. So I don't know how to extend the program or how to also bring on clients, because I don't know, like marketing, on the marketing side, it's very hard to market trading. There's not a lot of things that you can basically give out without risking giving out from what you've learned or the knowledge that you basically charging for. So with trading, it's like the marketing process is very hard to come around. I would say you can do it well in networking, but there's not, for me personally, I don't know a lot about networking myself, and I don't know how to get into that circle of people who actually need trading and don't need just like partnerships. I need people that actually want to learn how to trade and things of that nature.
All right. Look, I think you're looking at your product and your service from a bit of a, and correct me if I'm wrong, right? It sounds like you're looking at it from a bit of a niche product perspective, but really it's not so much a niche product. It could be presented as something much more broad based than just to those people who want to trade. And I'll tell you why. Because let me ask you a question. What's the objective of doing forex trading, for example? It's to make money. Right, to take money that you have and multiply it. Now, let me ask you a question. Who doesn't want to do that? Who doesn't want to make extra money? So whether you're talking to the multi-millionaire business person or you're talking to the maid in somebody's house, everybody wants to increase their money. And if you show them a foolproof, easy way to invest in forex or in crypto or even in, I don't know, stock markets, whatever it is, and you can prove to them what will be the end result, then I think you just established yourself a huge, potentially unlimited market. Is there any reason why you haven't appealed to the broad-based market as I'm suggesting, or am I off track here?
No, it's actually I think you just opened that door for me because I haven't thought about it in that way. I thought of it as I'm only taking traders who have certain experience that aren't finding consistency in winning their trades.
I see.
So I didn't think about it in that way.
Yeah. So I mean, if you take me for example, right? What you are talking about, I have absolutely no knowledge of, zero. So I would not start on the level that your typical client would start at, obviously, because I am much more of a novice. So now there's an opportunity for you to consider a person like me and introduce a new product, which is a much more basic level product. And then you can graduate me into your current product when I'm done with that one, right? So you could say the one that you're doing now for the traders is great. I say keep that going, but it'll become almost an upsell for those who are doing absolute basics, right? Now, if you say, let's come back to the original problem that you had, right? You say you've got a client base that leaves you on average after 6 months. Then I'll tell you this.
Yes.
You've got a 6-month program. Don't try to make it into a subscription model when realistically, in 6 months, you can get the little birds to fly out of the nest and do their own thing, which is a fantastic upsell also. You could say to people as part of your marketing, you can leverage this. You can say, look, in 6 months plus 6 months, within a year, I can teach you how to make X amount of money every month from however little you got. If you got $100, if you got $200, I'll teach you how to increase your monthly income by investing. Investing in what? In A, B, and C. You understand what I'm saying? So now that you've been realistic with yourself and you've got this 6-month program, you can rest assured now that all you need to do is to get people into that program. But let's call it trading advanced. Now, your challenge has been that trading advanced has a relatively small market, but trading beginner classes has a potentially massive market. So start with a I don't know, 3 to 6 month course there, 3 to 6 month program, mentored program, and then graduate people into that. So now you've got at least a 1 year turnaround. You've got people who a 1 year program, so you can keep people for a 1 year complete 1 year program. Now, what do you deliver, and what will be the end result? And see, this is what people buy, right? People are not buying you or your knowledge or your skills. What they are buying is a solution to their problems. And what is the problem? Everybody wants more money. Everybody wants some way to be able to save money and to use that savings to generate more income. That's the problem. I always say to everybody, to my students, my staff, everyone, nobody cares about you or your business. What people care about is their problems. So now you got to come in your marketing with that kind of approach and say, look, I'll teach you how to make money the easy way, using nothing more than your phone. And you go to networking sessions and things. Let's talk about networking later, but let's get your positioning right first before you network. Let's start positioning. So in 6 months, I'll teach you and I'll mentor you and I'll guide you how to make money we're using Forex, stock markets, whatever, right? Now you've got a compelling business case, because when you are able to solve that problem, people are listening now. So, okay, you said I can make more money. What is your solution, right? Your solution is to trade Forex. Well, how do I get there? I will teach you. Finally, people will ask. Now, I'm taking you through a customer thought process. The final question is, but how do I know you are legit? Easy. You bring testimonials. Here's person A, who's an engineer. Here's person B, who's a doctor. Here's person C, who's a business person. All these people are giving testimonials to what I do. They went from zero to whatever. So you get those testimonials from these people and you share it with other potential clients. You get what I'm saying? So that is your 4-step solution: problem, solution, and product. Problem, solution, product, and proof. The problem, how to make money. Solution, I will teach you and I will guide you and mentor you. That's your solution and your product together. And finally, your testimonials, where you're showing people what others had to say about you. When you position yourself like that, I think you're opening yourself up to a massive market. I mean, you could go to schools and teach people that. There's kids. In fact, now that you mentioned Forex, I was speaking to a school teacher not long ago who said his son is he's 16 and he wants to leave school because he's making so much of money from Forex trading that he doesn't need. He's making more money than the father, so he says he doesn't need school. So that's a different problem, but not your problem to solve. I think you can by introducing an entry-level program, you'll be opening a massive market. Now let's come to networking. Networking is not something that you do in a structured way generally. It's something that you do both unstructured and structured. So firstly, wherever you go, when you meet people, we are always going to social gatherings, right? You're going to a wedding, you're going to a party, you're going to something. Take out a business card and give people and say, look, I'm in the business of teaching people how to make money. That's one. Secondly, social media. So on social media, you go and you talk about what you do. You don't have to give away too much of your company's secrets or too much, but give advice. People listen to advice. Give advice. There's no better way to network than using a social network. So there you can go onto TikTok, you can go onto Instagram, you can go wherever and just talk to people. Another one is you can do school programs, school visits. You can do you can run workshops, webinars of your own, where you invite people to talk about, where you teach them about certain things. So give them something for free, give them a taster, and then upsell to your actual products. So networking is actually easy. It's all about creating awareness about yourself and your business. And there's like unlimited ways that you can do that. I hope that satisfies some of your questions.
It does, yeah. It does.
I'm glad.
Just another one on the trading thing. So with trading, it's used to multiply wealth, right? And I explain this like a lot. I talk a lot with my father, and I seek guidance a lot from my father. So the way trading works is you have to have money in order to multiply money, right?
Yes.
But in order to start like to have any money at all, the generating part of money is either you find some sort of work or some form of service that you can exchange for money, right? Your
Right.
time for money, and that's how it generally is. And then until you reach a skill where you can multiply money, and then after that preserve money. But the generating part is, for me personally, I also would like to generate money as well. So on the side, whether it's like another business, another thing, because trading you have your on and off seasons a lot, right?
Right.
So it's more to do with cycles and this type of thing. So what I'm trying to do is utilize the skills that I've learned from that digital entrepreneurship course, and basically do freelance work.
Right.
But look, I have a lot of knowledge with graphic design and this type of things. With using Canva, I'm very good with using Canva and all of these type of apps. But the freelancing part is the part where I have like zero experience or any knowledge about how to actually get clients or how to work with people and all of that type of thing.
Okay. Right. That's also very, very simple. It's all about networking again. It's about putting yourself out there. So the first thing you need to do as a freelancer is to have a portfolio, right? If you've got a lot of experience, use that experience to create a portfolio. If you've done client work before, put that into your portfolio. Your portfolio could be a social media page, like a Facebook page or a website, that is basically a showcase of what you've done, right? Then, just like with the other business, what you can do is get testimonials from the people that you've done work for. So not just the sample work, but also the testimonials from them. Remember, testimonials sell better than anything, right? Word of mouth sells better than anything. If you want to buy product A, and your closest friend and advisor says, don't buy product A, buy product B, you're going to listen to that person, no matter what the advert says for product A. So word of mouth marketing is the best. So make a portfolio for yourself with all your work. Client work, better. If you don't have client work, some other projects that you did on your own, your own projects, internal projects, put those out there and get some testimonials. If you don't have client work and testimonials, what I suggest is find people in your friends and family, in your close circles, who you can do some work for, who will give you a testimonial. So a small business here, somebody is doing some home-based business there. Find someone who you can do some work for, and that work goes onto your portfolio. Everything goes onto that portfolio, and that portfolio is public facing. Anybody who wants to see it will be able to see it. Now you take the link to that portfolio and you put it on your business card. And wherever you go, when you make content, when you go to networking sessions, when you're talking to people, give them that card with your portfolio. Show them what you're capable of. Don't tell them, show them. And build a reputation. This is very, very important always. Build a reputation on keeping your promises and on delivering. Because let me give you insider info. The biggest frustration for business people is when you've got a graphic designer who will make you a promise and not deliver. So they'll say, by Friday, I'll have it. And then Friday, it's not in your inbox. And then you have to phone and call and somehow get in touch with them. So I would rather pay somebody who is more expensive and to give them my business because they are reliable. When they say they're going to deliver, they deliver. So I think your freelancing services can include that. Now, what do you freelance? If you want to focus just on graphic design, good. But you can also specialize within graphic design. For example, you can specialize in designing creative for social media marketing. So for example, your one and only speciality. And I know people who are earning like 80,000 rands a month just doing this. What do? They make powerful, effective social media adverts for others. So if I want Facebook adverts, Uwais is the guy, right? You'll make that whole advert for me with the copy, with the visuals, everything, because you know what sells, you know what works for what type of business. And then you prepare this, I take this, I put it onto my socials, it sells. Now, when you do that, people will just keep coming back to you because you are doing what? You are making them money. Just like with your trading business, people want to see the end result. So you can do general graphic design, but you can also do more specific. Now, having done the certificate in digital entrepreneurship, you've done graphic design, you've done copywriting, you've done digital marketing.
Website creation.
Sorry?
Website creation, digital marketing. I've done all of the things that actually need to that businesses need to run.
Exactly. So what are you now? You are a one-person digital marketing and sales agency. That's what you are. You're like a Swiss Army knife. You can walk into a business and transform that business and say, hey, you guys are not online. Let me take you online. You understand? So again, look at my wording. Let me do this for you. I'm showing them end result. I'm not a graphic designer. I'm not just a graphic or a web designer. I'm a online marketing and sales expert. Now you see, suddenly it sounds very different, but it's still the same thing. You're still doing the same work, but it's very different. One is you saying what you do. Nobody's interested in that. And the other, you're saying what is your end result. Everybody's interested in that. What is the end result? Can you come into my small retail business and transform it, give me a website, give me socials, and help me start doing sales? You said you can do that. How do I know that? Oh, shop a business A, B, and C you've done. Okay, I'll phone them. Hey, uncle from business A. This guy always says he's making big claims here. He says he can do this and that. That guy will say, yes, this guy's done it for my business. You understand? You're seeing the thought process, always. You're seeing the thought process. So stop selling your products and services and start selling solutions, no matter what you do. And that freelancing, man, I made a lot of money in my early days on freelancing. Really, everything from websites to socials to e-commerce solutions. This I'm talking when I was your age, and then I started my business, IT Varsity. I hope that clarifies for you. I hope it's put you onto the right track now.
It does. It clarifies a lot of things for me.
Lovely stuff. I'm so glad. Okay, thanks for the chat, Uwais. I really appreciate your time. And if you got any other questions, I'm right there on WhatsApp.
Before you go, Mark, just if you have a minute or two.
Sure.
I've got a bit of a dilemma. Unlike Uwais, when you're in your youth, your imagination is limitless. But as you grow older, certain things start to develop, and I don't know if it's good or bad traits. But one of my traits, I'm at the age of 45, I've been through life, alhamdulillah, I've got 6 kids, so Uwais is my eldest. I've been through them that are not the most. So there's certain traits that I've developed over the years, and even though I do have corporate experience, I've always been an entrepreneur from very young. One of the things that I've developed was actually becoming more analytical and more systematical in my approach to businesses now. You have one side of the coin where you need your creativity, you need to think outside of the box, and the other side of the coin is processes and procedures, systems and development of those systems. Now, I'm more type of person that I like to be alone. I don't like people. Martha, I'm being honest with you. I don't like team. I like to operate on my own, and I develop deep thinking on systems now. Recently, I'm sure you know about these things like no coding apps like Lovable.dev and Fire Studios, stuff like that. So those are the type of systems that I develop, and I've already created 2-3 main apps that I think businesses that's fully centered from customers to employee systems, HR systems, IT systems, you name it. The whole process is all online.
Right.
So I've developed these systems, but I've got no way of actually. I want to sell these businesses. For me, I don't want to run a business in that sense that I've developed. I want to sell them. Would you recommend that maybe I first set up those businesses, get them running, and then sell the whole system as is with client bases and so forth? Or would you recommend me to do the other? Because honestly speaking, I don't like people. I'm 24/7 at home. I don't like going outside. I'm not a people person. I don't get along with people because I know I'm very straightforward and I speak a lot. So people generally don't take very kindly to my approach of things. So what would your advice be for a person like me?
It's very easy for me to give you advice because I'm very similar to you in that sense. I'm a software engineer by profession, and there's a reason why I am. It's because I'm an introverted person, and I'm not. I mean, you'll never say, right, from my TikTok and from my public speaking and going all over the world, speaking on big stages, you'll never say I'm such an intense introvert. So this is what you need to do, right? Take your solutions and run a business around them. No one is going to pay you what you are worth or what your solutions are worth. That's a fact. People will try to exploit you and they'll try to get the most out of you for nothing. So what do you do when you don't like working with people and things? What you could possibly do, and this is a very, very good idea which a lot of founders do, is to find a partner, a business partner, who will be the public-facing part of your business, which will allow you to be the solutions-facing, right? So I'm going to give you an example, famous example. So you look at Apple, and I like this example because it shows that dichotomy. When Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak met up, Steve Wozniak was the brain. He was the technical brain. He was making machines in his garage and just as a hobbyist. He wasn't making any money out of it. Does that sound familiar? That sounds like you, right? So you're making all these solutions, beautiful solutions, but you don't have the appetite to take it out there. So that's where these two guys met. Now, Steve Jobs knew nothing, but he knew, he knew nothing about the technical stuff initially, but he knew how to sell. And he's the one that went out and sold the first few products. He's the one that went and got funding. He's the one that grew that business. So they benefited of each other like that. Steve Jobs could not make a product by himself. He needed a product to sell. And Steve Wozniak could not sell the products he was making. So then they partnered. So find somebody who will be a good business partner to you, who will be your business development person. You are a very common type of person in this world who is what we call a technical type person, right? You're technical and your strength is in that. So find a person who will be your business development, the business side of it, which will be a very powerful thing because imagine now you've got a business running, a flourishing business. You've got your partner who's bringing in the clients and bringing in the revenue. But on the other hand, you are free, completely free to create new and better products, to innovate, to listen to what the clients are saying and take those and make solutions out of them. So what are you doing? You are now the innovation hub of the business. And the more you focus on that, the stronger you will get at it. But if you dilute your efforts by thinking, well, I'm going to make product and I'm going to run the business, now you're stretching yourself against two very, very different things, across two very, very different things. Creating products and selling are two different things. So that's what I would recommend. Find a business development person. It doesn't have to be An outsider, it could be one of your own kids, it could be your spouse, it could be a family member, but just that person who is extroverted where you are introverted, and you'll be on your way. But trying to sell things, concepts to people, people don't have an imagination. They're not going to pay you what you are worth, or what you think your business ideas are worth. I think you'll be far better off developing some kind of subscription model, and on your products, and just rolling with that.
Okay. Jazakallah. Yeah, it was something that I was looking at on the subscription basis.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't like speaking to people about the products. I need somebody to sell the products, like you rightfully said. So
yeah,
inshallah, we'll look into that a bit deeper, and then I'll take it from there. Because right now, like I said, I've got business where we're selling chicken and we're selling savories, and okay, alhamdulillah, it's putting food on the table, and I know that with my skill set and with what I've experienced throughout my corporate environment working experience, I've got the knowledge, I've got the know-how, I've got the way systems, the way companies operate, policies, procedures, all of those things. I've mentally engraved it in my head. And when I'm building these systems, I'm looking at problems, I'm building solutions for those problems, like you said earlier on. Just to give you an idea, domestics on call. Nobody really has time to watch their domestic clean, and they're looking now more for, we just want somebody to come in, clean up, and we'll pay them. And this is like your Uber, but for domestic workers. That type of thing. So I've got so many systems that I've built. I've got 4 fully built systems. It's just for me to get it out there and to sell it to the correct people. But Jazakallah, Mr. Katkata, I really do appreciate your advice. I'll take that into consideration moving forward. Waze is still here, so if you want to have a chat with him as well. From my end, make me laugh. I do have to go and pick up my other son from school. He's writing exams today, so I'm going to be leaving you guys, but always easier, inshallah. Okay?
No problem. I also need to go. You guys can always keep in touch on the WhatsApp group, and or just WhatsApp me directly. You're more than welcome to do so. Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Okay.
We have to.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.